So I hope that gives you some good insight into some of the aspects of ISO 20000 from the documented guidance that it provides. Again, some see ISO 20000 as being enormous, not relevant to them, but if you look at it from a minimum critical activities, it really just makes sense. It's a very grassroots approach to performing service management. So let's look at what the advantages are. First of all, I think the biggest advantage of ISO 20000's minimum critical activities is it overcomes the enormity of ITIL and other frameworks. As we've said, it's about 68 pages. So compared to the 2,000 pages of ITIL's 5 publication, it really just cuts to the chase. These are the minimum critical activities that an organization should be performing in order to achieve good service management and to become a continual improvement organization. So overcoming the enormity of ITIL and other frameworks is of great value. It also provides a fairly easy to digest roadmap. So if you look at those minimum critical activities, you benchmark against them, you use the guidance of doing a red, amber, green, then you will also have the ability to identify and prioritize what you should be doing next and how it affects your business. For those organizations that are having a difficult time obtaining management support for their service management or their ITIL initiatives, ISO 20000 absolutely requires that management provide very visible and very documented support. So using ISO 20000 in that way to engage your management, to have them be communicators, to have them provide the appropriate resources, may be just the tool that you need to be able to get management on board. The biggest advantage of ISO 20000 is that it's auditable, and you can use that auditable capability internally through internal auditors or externally if you're looking to achieve certification. So you actually can confirm that your organization is performing minimum critical activities by using its audit capabilities. And that's just a check. Yep, we've provided evidence that we're performing this activity, and the evidence is detailed enough to confirm that that activity is being performed on a repeatable basis, or no, this is something that we really need to our priority list and make sure that we're going to consider its implementation as we go forward. Another big advantage of ISO 20000 is its ability to neutralize political or cultural issues. In organizations that are implementing service management, there are often interesting debates about how to perform an activity or not. So, for example, ISO 20000 does require that you record all incidents, and the service desk manager, the operations manager may be having a discussion about what qualifies as an incident and the amount of time that it would take to record all incidents. Well, if you use ISO 20000 as your guidance, the answer is clear. You shall record all incidents. It doesn't say you have to record them all now. It doesn't tell you how to record them, but it can be used as a tiebreaker when having some type of debate about how service management could be performed. It absolutely improves your documentation and your tool usage because it does tell you what you need. If you remember that shall statement on incident management, it says incidents shall be recorded, prioritized, categorized. There should be a formal closure procedure. There should be a documented resolution. So as a default or a byproduct of that, you will get improved documentation, and it will help your tool provider or your internal systems administrators author the tool to meet those requirements. And then finally, it just makes sense. They are minimum critical activities that every organization should be performing, and if you're not performing those minimum critical activities, then it just makes sense to do that.